when disposal of asset between related companies. Right, so how you decide on the related companies, they have to look at whether one company control the other companies or the company are being controlled by another company. All right, so all these, there are conditions, I think, about the merger, all these, all right, these are related. Then the transfer between companies, transfer of what? Transfer of asset, yeah, because the asset is actually under capital allowance. Also, when there's a transfer between companies, then you will have to claim, decide who are going to claim, right, the capital allowance upon the transfer of the asset. And then how are you going to claim the capital allowance and how much is available allowance to the acquirer, right? So that, because we do not want, when you talk about the company is within the same group and these companies are related companies, all right, if you do not have the control transfer, it means that so one company may claim 100% of the asset, and then the other company also claim another round of allowance on the same asset, right? So, and then remember, these are companies under the same group, and later you'll see that we also have group relief, whereby losses of one company can be absorbed by another related company. All right, so we have to control these allowances because these allowances will affect the tax liability. So we control the transfer between companies so that the allowance claim are not excessive. Yeah. So because if not, then there will be a loss of revenue to the government in the form of tax collection. All right, question number 1. Again, upon control transfer, there are two parties. One is the disposer, the other one is the acquirer. All right, the disposer will claim the allowance from the date of acquisition until the year before the disposal. All right, year of disposal, there's no claim by the disposer, and then that year will be claimed by the acquirer. Right. So under normal circumstances, it's quite very straightforward, provided that the year end of these two companies are the same. Right. But when the year end is not the same, then there could be some computation that you have to do in order to decide which year is the first year that the acquirer will start claim the allowances, or what is the last year the disposer claim the allowances. Yeah. All right. Okay, here F. Sdn Bhd disposed the office equipment acquired on 16 June 2015 for 45,000 to G. Sdn Bhd, both year end 31st of December on 1st September 2000. So if you look at here, both companies have a same year end, which is 31st of December. So what are you required? A, calculate the allowance due to all companies under Schedule 3, assuming that Para 38 does not apply. Right, and the disposal does not fall under control transfer. So it means that Para 38 means that it's not a controlled transfer. Then you will have to do the normal disposal. So this kind of normal disposal is what we call disposal to third party. From F. Sdn Bhd to G. Sdn Bhd, because F and G are not related, we call this as a third party transfer, or transfer of asset to a third party. Yeah. So we are going to compute that under normal circumstances where there's a disposal to third party, but the B requires that calculate the allowance due assuming that Para 38 applies. So we're going to do two computations, then you can see the difference between third party disposal and related party disposal under control transfer. Right, so in this case, remember that you have to know when you start acquire the asset on 16th of June 2015. Year end is 31st of December, means that F. Sdn Bhd will start to claim allowance in YA 2015. And the disposal take place on 1st September 2019, means that YA 2019 is the year of disposal. Right, so F. Sdn Bhd will start to claim, all right, in this case, we have question number 1, where it's a very straightforward, okay, where Para 38 does not apply. So this is how you do. We have disposal F. Sdn Bhd. The QPE is 45,000. Can you see that clearly? Right, and then the IA is 20%, AA is 10%. Why is it 10%? Because it's an office equipment. Yeah. So you start claim in YA 2015 because the year end, the acquisition date is 16th of June 2015. So that's why you start to claim in YA 2015. Right. So look into the acquisition date, in this case 2015, and you dispose on 1st September 2019. So you're going to claim in 2015 IAAA, and then 2016, 2017, and 2018 the annual allowances. When it comes to the year of disposal, to the disposer, absent Berhad, you cannot claim any more allowances. Then you compute what is your RE. So in this case, your RE is your 45,000 minus all these allowances that you have claimed, amounting to 27,000. So 45,000 minus 27,000, that's how you get your RE of 18,000. Yeah. And then what is your disposal value? In this case, you can sell the asset for 10,000 ringgit. So that is your disposal value. Remember, this is third party. So you put that disposal value, then you have a balancing allowance of 8,000. Right? Is that clear? Right. When it comes to the acquirer, right, acquirer disposal F, remember this is a third party. The acquirer, in this case G Sdn Bhd, acquired the asset for 10,000. So to the acquirer, 10,000 ringgit is the qualifying expenditure. So for G Sdn Bhd, he will claim initial allowance and annual allowance based on the QPE, which is the 10,000 ringgit. Yeah. So the 10,000 ringgit, IA is 20% and AA is 10%, and start claim in the YA 2019. Why 2019? Because acquired on 1st September 2019. Right? So that is YA 2019 to G Sdn Bhd. So under this is the normal computation, right? Under third party disposal, where you have to compute the RE, what is the disposal value, and decide whether it's a balancing allowance or a balancing charge. To the acquirer, the QPE is the amount paid for, or the amount consideration paid for the asset, and that would be a claim in the first year that the company acquires the asset, right? So that is how we compute when there is no control transfer, or when this is a transfer to a third party. All right. On B, where you have para 38, where we have a control transfer, means that this the F Sdn Bhd and G Sdn Bhd are related party. Right? For F Sdn Bhd, the competition is the same, right? Based on QPE of 45,000. All right, then you have claim in YA 2015, 16, 17, and 18. You have the same RE. The difference here is that you're deemed to be the RE, right? It's not 10,000, but it's deemed to be RE. Because of that, you have a no balancing charge, no balancing allowance. Why? Because this is a controlled transfer. Therefore, you will have to do it as this way, right? To the disposer, there's no gain, no loss. There's no balancing charge, no balancing allowance, because the disposal value is deemed to be the RE, right? Or the RE is deemed to be the disposal value. Therefore, there's no balancing charge, no balancing allowance. To the acquirer, all right, it's not the same as the third party. To the acquirer, the acquisition price or the consideration paid for the asset is disregarded. You don't care about that, because why? Under control transfer, the acquirer, all right, is only available to claim, or only entitled to claim, the allowances based on the residual expenditure. So in this case, the RE, the QPE is the disposal RE. In this case, how much is the RE of the disposal? 18,000. So this is the amount available. In this example, is good to the acquirer, because he only pays 10,000, but he's entitled for residual expenditure of 18,000. So he can claim a lot more than what he paid for, right? So in this case, again, the acquirer is at an advantage. To the disposer, no gain, no loss. But to the acquirer is an advantage, because he can claim a lot more than what he paid for. But remember that to the acquirer, there's no more annual allowance, initial allowance. but he can only claim annual allowance. So assuming that we have YA 2020, YA 2021, for example, he will keep on claiming this lah. Yeah, he will keep on claiming this until you have that 18,000 fully claimed, right? So that is what happened when we have a controlled transfer. All right, in the textbook also mentioned that the controlled transfer normally benefit the acquirer but not the disposer. Okay, this one is clearly because acquirer only paid 10,000, but he's entitled to claim 18,000 total allowances based on the RE of the disposer. Is that clear?
Yes, madam.
Okay, let's look at question number 2. We have question number 2, A Selia Berhad, year end is 31st March. Control B Selia Berhad. So in this case, the question clearly mentioned A controls B. So it's a control transfer. Alright, but the accounting year end of B is 30th of June. So you have 31st March of A, B has a 30th of June. So A sold to B an office equipment acquired on 1st December 2016 for 20,000 at a consideration of 3,000 on 1st February 2019, right? So when you have these, then you have to go back to the steps in the textbook, where number one, what you have to do is that you have to determine what is the actual date of disposal, right? You are required to compute the allowances for both companies. So number one, determine what is the date of disposal. So what is the date of disposal? Actual date of disposal is, in this case, disposed on 1st February. So you have one is 1st December is the date of acquisition of the asset. This is the date of disposal. And when you acquired, the cost was 20,000. When you dispose at 3,000 ringgit, right? And accounting year end is 31st March for A, and B is 30th of June. So these are the information that you need to know, all right? And then remember that it's an office equipment, so you should know what is the rate for the office equipment. Okay, let's look at what is the date of disposal. Date of disposal is on 1st February 2019. So that is 1st February 2019. And two, using the date of the, what is the based on the OD, the YA equals to, so remember that year end is, what is year end for the acquirer? Which is, I think, is 31st of March, isn't it? Year end of B. Salah, 30th of June. A is 31st March, B is 30th of June. So you must know who is the acquirer, who is the, right? So based on this, based on this date of disposal, YA 2019, right? This is date of disposal, so this will be YA 2019, right? To B. So which one? Okay. So YA 2019, using 2019, the acquirer's basis period would be, so remember that the acquirer basis period year end is 31st of March. So 31st of March for YA 2019 would have to be 1st April 2018 to 31st March 2019. So that is the acquirer. You see? Hold on, yeah. This one not acquirer, this one is the disposer. Isn't it? Disposal YA 2019.
Yes.
So this is the period, and once you have the basis period for disposal, saya boleh buat macam ni je. Kenapa jadi 2 kali tu? Hold on ya. Delete. Alright, so using the okay, number one, date of disposal. Using date of disposal, what is the YA for the acquirer? Right, so YA for the acquirer is YA 2019, and basis period for the disposal for YA 2019 is from 1st April to 31st March 2019. And using that basis period, you decide when is your first day of disposal final period. So which is 1st of April. So when you know that, okay, you dispose in YA 2019 means that for the disposal, you cannot claim in YA 2019. In other words, all right, YA 2019 will claim by the acquirer. Right, in this case, siapa acquirer? B Sdn Bhd. Okay, let's look at the disposal here. You actually asset is acquired on 1st December 2016. Year end is 31st March. So December 2016 means that YA 2017. So disposal claim, first claim the asset that was purchased at 20,000. So you have 20,000 claim in YA 2017. Why do you have to claim in YA 2017? Why is it not 2016? Siti Hajar.
Because the accounting year ends is 31st March.
All right, because the accounting year end is 1st March 2017 lah. For December 2016, that's why the YA is YA 2017. All right, some students are confused because they nampak December 2016, dia buat YA 2016. But you have to look at the year end of the company, yeah. So careful with that. So if you start 2016, then your computation will be all wrong. Okay, so YA 2017 you claim IA and AA, then you claim 2018 AA. 2019 is year of disposal, there's no claim, so your RE is 20,000 minus 8, so you have RE of 12,000. Because it's a control transfer, your disposal value is deemed to be your RE, which is 12,000. Because of that, there's no gain or no balancing charge, no balancing allowance. To the acquirer, even though he paid 3,000 again, right? But the acquirer can have a 12,000 QPE or RE, right? Based on the disposal RE. But that 12,000, instead of you claim, you will continue to claim based on the 2,000 annual allowance of the disposal, right? So you pay only 3,000, but you can claim allowance up to 12,000 for the respective years of assessment. So again, in this case, it's good for the acquirer because he can claim a lot more as compared to A Sdn Bhd, the disposal. Any question for question number 2? Tak ada?
No, madam.
Right, if you don't have it, then let's go into question number 3. Am I too fast? If you have done this question, you should have no problem. All right, we have X Sdn Bhd, year end 31st December, controls Y Sdn Bhd, year end 30th of June. X Sdn Bhd sells to Y an office equipment of 12,000 on 1st May 2019, which was acquired on 1st December for 50,000. So let's look at the information. You have year end 31st December, 30th of June. You have equipment on you dispose on 1st of May. It was acquired for 50,000 on 1st December 2016, right? So remember again, it's a control transfer. You have the disposer X, the acquirer is Y. X will start claim, acquire the asset in 2016. So it means that year end 31st December. So that will be 2016 will be the first year X claim 50,000 qualifying expenditure, right? Question number 3, we have right, actual date of disposal is 1st of May. Where 1st of May 2019 to 1st of May 2019 is YA 2019 to Y. Because Y year end is 30th of June. So kalau May 2019 year end 30th of June. So that will be YA 2019 to the acquirer. Using 2019, the disposal basis period will be, disposal basis period year end is 31st December. It will be from 1st January 2019 right, to 31st of December 2019 because year end is 31st of December. And that will be the first day of disposal final period, which is 1st of January 2019. So deemed date of disposal is the 1st January 2019. So it means that 2019 is the year of disposal, so the disposer cannot claim in YA 2019. Okay, let's look at this. All right, so disposal, we have 2016, 2017, 2018. But you only claim that 50,000 up to 2018. So then you compute your RE, your deemed BV, and no BA and BC. So in this case, all right, because you claim 20% and 10%, 50,000. Kenapa RE is 25? Okay. No BA and no BC because it's a deemed, it's a control transfer, right? But to the acquirer, you only paid, how much you paid? 12,000. Right, to the acquirer, we start claim in YA 2019. YA 2019, based on that, you claim 5,000 annual allowance. Yeah. Your annual allowance will always be the same as the disposal annual allowance. So you do not have to do the computation. Right, you just follow what is claimed by the disposer. But it's just that you have to take note that how many years is left for you to claim. So in this case, if you have 5,000 per year, so you 25,000 RE means that you can claim for 5 years. Right, 5,000 each times 5, you have 25,000. So that is for question number 3. Question? Ada tak? No question?
No, madam.
All right. All right. So let's look at question number 4. Question number 4, you have company X, which is a subsidiary of company O, acquired a machine for 170,000 on 1st January. Year end is 30th of September. Okay, let's take this information. 770,000 you acquired in January 2018. Year end is 30th September. So this will be YA 2018. The annual rate of capital allowance is 14%. It's given there. And then April, machine sold to company O. Year end is 31st December. When is that? April 2018. So April 2018, 31st December is also YA 2018 to O. In October 2019, the machine was sold to by company O to company W. So in this case, W is a third party. Right? Year end is 30th of June. So in this case, there are 2 transfers. One is X to O, then O to W. X to O is a control transfer. O to W is a third party transfer. So you have to compute what is the allowances available to all these parties. Right? So number 1 is that we have to do X to O. So to X, when is the date of disposal?
1st April 2018.
1st April 2018. Using 1st April 2018 to the acquirer, what is the YA? Acquirer is O year end is 31st of December. What YA is that?
2018.
2018 because year end 31st December, so 1st April 2 is YA 2018. So to the acquirer YA 2018, to the disposer YA 2018, what is the basis period? What is the what is the basis period for YA 2018 to the disposer?
1st October 2017.
1st October, let's see. YA 1st April is the date of disposal. Let me check this. And then this is YA 2018 to O. YA 2018 is October 2017 to 30th September 2019. Remember that year end is 30th of September. So first day of disposal final period is 1st October 2017. All right. But means that in this case, the disposer is supposed to claim from the date of acquisition until YA 2017, right? YA 2017. Because why? Because YA 2018 is the year of disposal. But the actual date of purchase, can you claim you actually purchased the asset on 1st of January 2018? Right, you actually purchase the asset on 1st January 2018, which is after your FDDFP, right? So if you look at the timeline, you have your date of disposal is here, right? 2017, but then you only acquired the asset on later, which is 1st of January 2018. Sorry, actual purchase is 1st January 2018. And this date is after your date of disposal, right? So in this case, it means that you cannot claim, right, to the disposer cannot claim the asset. Because why? You can claim up to 2017, but by then you have not acquired the asset. Right, so in that case, all right, to the disposer, he's not entitled to claim any of the allowances. Because why? The date of acquisition, the actual date of acquisition by the disposer is after date of disposal. What is the date of disposal? In this case, the FDDFP is 1st of October. So if you look at here, all right, that's why in this case, the disposer, which the company X, cannot claim any allowances on the asset. Do you get this? Do you understand why X cannot claim?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Everyone, yeah?
Yes, madam.
Right, because in this case, again, because the actual acquisition is after the date of disposal. So in that case, you cannot claim any allowance on the asset. And because disposer did not claim any IA and AA on the asset, acquirer can claim everything. All right, claim IA and AA. All right, but in this case, the QPE, how much actually being paid? Company sold to O, how much? The machine was sold by company 170. It was not mentioned how much it was sold to O by X, isn't it? But it doesn't matter because the consideration under control transfer is disregarded. So you're going to use 170,000. No matter how much is paid by the acquirer, it doesn't matter. You're going to use the QPE incurred by company X. So in this case, the acquirer, company O, will claim 20% and 40% on the asset, right? But because the disposal, and then O dispose the machine to W on mana dia? October 2019. Yeah, October 2019 to the O, year end is 31st of December. So that will be YA 2019. So 2019 O cannot claim anymore. Right? O cannot claim anymore. So you punya RE kat sini. And then your disposal value is how much paid by company W. So W paid 75,000 for the asset. So that will be taken. So remember that O to W is a third party. Then you have to do the normal disposal lah. Alright, 75,000, 37,200. So that is a balancing allowance. But again, alright, it said that the asset is disposed less than 2 years, claw back in 2019. How much you claw back? You claw back the whole amount here lah. All right, how much is that? 57,800. Okay. Why you claw back? Because remember that O acquired the asset from X and that period is less than 2 years. So when it's less than 2 years, there's no commercial justification, then you have to claw back. Who has to claw back? In this case, O lah, because O is the one who claims on the asset. Yeah, so disposal within 2 years, then you have to what's this? You have to claw back whatever the amount that you have claimed in YA 2018. Yeah. So in 2019, you have a balancing charge of 57.8. All right. To the third party, now we have company W, a third party. Year end is 30th of June, acquired in October 2019. So in October 2019, to W Sdn Bhd, that is YA 2020 because Y year end is 30th of June 2020. So YA 2020, so W cannot claim anything in YA 2019, zero. Right? Because why? You have not purchased any asset in YA 2019. Right? You are not entitled, but YA 2020, based on your consideration paid 75,000, then you're going to claim 20% and 14%, and that is only in YA 2020. Yeah. So that is when you have disposal between related company between X and O, then from O to W is a third party transfer. Okay, anything that you're not clear on this example? You okay?
Okay, madam.
All right. Okay, and then we have the last question, question number 5. So this one is more, a lot more information is provided. You have 3 assets, right? Azhan started business 2013 as a sole trader, registered under the name of Nahza Trading. Year end is 31st of December. In 2016, got married. 2017, set up a company and expansion to his sole trader business. The new company, Baru Sdn Bhd, has paid up capital of 200,000 ordinary shares. Azhan owned 120,000 shares, while the balance is owned equally by his wife and his mother. Baru Sdn Bhd commenced operation on 18 November 2017 and accounting year end is 30th of September. Following the establishment of Baharu Sdn Bhd, Azhan sold the following non-current asset from his sole trading business to Baharu on its commencement date, and the book value are and fair value are as follows. So you have the cost, and then you have the factory building, you have the land and machine. Again, factory building is not entitled. Why? Because it's an appreciation of asset. So there's no allowances given on land. So you're going to look into your factory building. The cost is 350,000, acquired on 22nd of August 2014, and the machine 4th of June 2016. You have the cost here. And then February 2018, bought a computer for sole trading business at a cost of 6,000, and then the computer was sold to Baharu for 4,000 on September 2018. And then on 30th December, sold the machine to Turkini Sdn Bhd, a company owns, Azhan owns 20% of shares. So in this case, it's Turkini Sdn Bhd, a related company. Turkini Sdn Bhd and Baharu Sdn Bhd. Are these two related company? Muhammad Fatih Aiman.
Yes, madam.
Is Turkini Sdn Bhd and Baharu Sdn Bhd related company?
Yes.
Why?
Because because Azhan has some degree of influence to Turkini Sdn Bhd.
How much influence does it have?
20% of shares.
Is that enough to be to give an influence? What's the law say?
More than 50%.
So now sekarang ada 20%.
Oh,
Biasa ada influence ke tak?
I think no, not
No.
influence. Yeah.
So now your answer is related or not?
Not.
Not related. So bila not related, what should you do? How is the transfer between baharu and terkini?
Uh,
Baru sold to a machine to terkini. So how is this transfer? Are you going to do a control transfer or normal transfer?
Normal transfer.
So kalau normal transfer, what you have to do?
Just the QPE is based on disposal value.
QPE based on disposal value? Kau biar betul. And then normal disposal, what should you do? You have to determine the residual expenditure. Yeah, what is the RE of the asset, and then from the RE, what is your disposal value, and then compute whether it's a BA or DC. Dah buat ke belum ni tutorial ni? Mesti belum buat ni. Aiman. Fatih Aiman. Okay, I rasa some of you have not done this question. On July 15, 2019, the computer sold to Anita Trading, a sole proprietor business owned by Azhan Good Friend 1000. So now you ada berapa banyak transfer ni? You have the company, alright, remember that you have old company which is the sole trader, Nahza Trading, and then you transferred some of the asset to the new company, Baharu. So you have to decide whether Nahza Trading and Baharu are related companies. Right, and then you have also disposed to another company which is the Terkini Sdn Bhd. So for the I know that some of you have done this, but I'm giving you, for those who have not done this question, I give you 10 minutes to go through this question and try to understand, and if you can, you do some of the workings from the disposal of the asset, right? I give you 10 minutes because I need to have a break for a while, maybe not even 10 minutes. All right, I will come back. In the meantime, please do the question. Okay, I'm back. Sempat siap tak? Okay. So again, we have two assets, in this case, factory building and machine. So, and then, okay, let's look again. We have Azahan, we have Nahza. Nahza trading year end is 31st December. And then he come up with a new company, Baharu, and own 120 shares. It means that he has control over because the total shares is 50,000. So now, because from a sole proprietor to a new company, and the new company, Azhan also have shares, so he has control over the two companies. So the transfer between sole proprietor Nahza Trading to Baharu Sdn Berhad is a controlled transfer, right? And commence on 18 November. So once you commence business, only you can claim capital allowance, right? And year end is 30th of September. And then they sold the current asset, non-current asset to trading, and then he sold factory building, machine and land. And then he bought a computer on 3rd of February 2018. 3rd February 2018, year end is 30th of September, that would be YA 2018 as well. And the cost is 6,000, and then he sold to Baharu for 4,000. On 30th December, Baharu sold the machine to Terkini, right? So this one is another story where you have sold machine to Terkini Sdn Berhad. Okay, now,
Madam,
yeah.
I can't see the slide.
Oh my God. Kenapa tak boleh ya? Hold on, I try again. Can you see now?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So I have actually highlighted those information that you need to use that information. And then, all right, on 15 July 2019, the computer that he bought in February 2018 sold to Anita, right? Another sole proprietorship. So this is also a third party and it's a 1,000 ringgit. Okay, so you have to do a lot of computation here. All right, so the first computation you have to do is the transfer of your factory building and machinery. So you have the disposer. Who is the disposer? First, from Nahza to trading Baharu is a related transfer. So you have to compute Nahza for factory building. Year end is 31st December. So you're going to compute YA 2014 because you purchased in August 2014. And then 2014, 15, 16. Year end 30th September. So this one is YA 2018. All right. So let's look at the computation. For those who have done this exercise, all right, you will have a lot more benefit because we'll understand this better. All right, so land not entitled for capital allowance. Then you have the factory building. All right, Nahza is the disposer. All right, you're going to claim that from what the cost of the building is 350,000. 2014 year end is 31st of December. Right, so you're going to claim starting from 2014. IAAA 10 and 3%. Remember, this one is a building, right? 10 and 3%. YA 2014, 2015, 16, and 17. When you transfer YA to here is a control transfer. So you have to decide, in this case, 18 November 2017. So the asset on commencement date. It means that you sold on the 18th of November. Okay, to the acquirer, which is Baharu Sdn Bhd, year end is 30th September. 2017 is November 2017 is YA 2018. Right? YA 2018 means that you're going to claim, in other words, NAZA cannot claim in YA 2018 because it's the year of disposal. Right? So whatever you have, if you compute what is your RE, then that is deemed to be the disposal value to the company Nahza Trading is a no balancing charge, no balancing allowance. All right. Actual DOD is 18th of November, and this one YA 2018 to the acquirer. Therefore, YA 2018 is the year that the acquirer will claim. Disposer cannot claim in YA 2018. So that is the summary actually. You decide. You look at the day of disposal. What is the YA for that disposal date to the acquirer? So that would be the year that the acquirer claim. So if before that, disposer will claim, unless we have a special circumstances where the disposer, you have to check whether the disposer has acquired. Example, question number 4, whether the date of disposal is actually, you have actually purchased the asset. Right. On the factory building, all right, the acquirer, in this case, Baharu Berhad, even though he acquired the book value, for example, it is disregarded. So you're going to claim annual allowance in YA 2018. So 2018 means that you don't claim by Nahza, but 2018 onwards claim under Baharu Sdn Bhd. So that is on your factory building. And then on the machinery similarly, but in this case, you only acquired in 4th of June 2016. So that year end is YA 2016. So the machine claimed first in 2016. The rate is 20 and 14%. So 2016 IA and AA, 2017 AA. Again, disposal year is YA 2018. You don't claim anything in 2018. Your RE is deemed to be a disposal value. So no balancing charge, no balancing allowance to the disposer. To the acquirer, you are going to claim IA, no IA 0% by AA in 2018 onwards. Yeah, but is it? But right, where's the machine? The machine sold to Terkini Sdn Bhd, a company which owns 20%. So December 2018, all right, YA 2018 lah, you sold to another company, right? Hold on. Baharu sold the machine. Terkini year end is 31st of December. So this is YA 2018. So YA 2018, you cannot claim anymore in 2019. Hold on, yeah. Let me check. Okay, let's see. What is the date of disposal? Date of disposal. But this is a disposal to third party, right? So you claim 2018. So on 13 December 2018, you sold. So you boleh claim ke tak kat sini ni? You acquired from Nahza 2018, same year. Okay, hold on. What's the year end for Baharu? Baharu year end. Where is Baharu year end?
30 September.
30th September. All right. 30th. Oh, hold on. I need to charge. 30th September. So when he sold on 13, hold on. Where's the machine? 30th December 2018. So that will be YA 2019 lah. All right. Is that clear? This YA 2018 is YA. This is YA 2019. So disposal is in YA 2019. So you dispose in 2019, that's why you don't claim anything. All right, then you compute your RE. Remember, this one is already the you dispose to a third party, terkini sedia berhad. Right, so you have to compute what is the disposal value. You sold the machine for 25,000, so then you have a balancing allowance of 35,000. Right, and then terkini again not subject, but he claimed to terkini year end is 31st December. To terkini 30th December 2018 is YA 2018 because this is a third party transfer, so it doesn't matter about the year end of the other two companies. So to terkini, alright, he incurred that on 30th of December 2018. So that is YA 2018. Then terkini will start claim in YA 2018. And remember, terkini is a third party, so you claim based on how much you pay for the asset, which is 25,000, and you can claim IA and AA. Right? You claim IA and AA 5,000 and 3,005 in 2018, and you also claim in 2019 onwards. Nah. Okay. And then we have the other asset, which is a computer. Azhan bought computer for sole trading business. So sole trading is Nahza trading. That cost you 3,000. You bought on 3rd February 2018. Again, this is YA berapa ni? Nahza year end is 31st December. So this is YA 2018. Right, and then you sold to on 3rd September 2018, the computer was sold to Baharu Sedia Berhad. And remember, Nahza and Baharu are related companies, so you have to look at what is the actual date of disposal, 3rd September 2018. Right, 3rd September 2018, and this is the YA 2018. Right, year end of Baharu is, okay, let's do this. Actual date of disposal is 3rd of September 2018, YA 2018 to the acquirer. Why 2018? Because year end is 30th of September. Right, I put it here, year end is 30th of September. Who's Baharu Sedia Berhad? So in this case, the disposal FDDFP is 1st January 2018 because this one year end is 31st December 2002. 31st of December, right? So 1st January 2018, actual acquisition date is 3rd of February. Again, in this case, because the actual acquisition date is after your FDDFP, so in this case, Nahza in this case cannot claim any allowance on the computer, right? So you are not claiming anything because why? The date of disposal is earlier than the actual date of acquisition, right? So you cannot claim anything for Nahza Sedia Berhad. But since QE was incurred after FDDFP, Nahza cannot claim, but Baharu claim everything. So when we talk about everything, YA 2018 includes the initial allowance and the annual allowance, right? And then the computer, on 15 July, computer sold to Anita for 1,000 in 2019. When you purchase, all right, it's regarded on 3rd of September, and then you dispose in 15th of July. So because own less than 2 years, they're going to claw back in 2019. Yeah, whatever that you have incurred, whatever that you have claimed, here 1,200 each. So the amount claimed is 2004. That 2004 becomes a balancing charge in the year of 2019. Why? Because within 2 years. All right, disposal within 2 years without commercial justification. So you will have to have a balancing charge in YA 2019. And to Anita again is a third party. Right, so Anita is a third party. So bila Anita third party, then you boleh claim based on QPE 1,000 to YA 2019, they can claim 20% and 20%. Is computer 20%? I'm not sure. Is it? I think so. Yeah. So that's how you do the computation. So this question number 5 is, I think that is the most challenging, all right, out of the 5 questions. So number 1 is very simple, all right. Number 2, it shows you the difference between related party and control transfer and normal transfer. Question number 2, it gives you some exposure on how to do control transfer. Question 3, it talks about what? Right, where you have to compute the similarly lah. Right, it's a control transfer. But question number 4, where you the disposer cannot claim anything because you have the disposer, the date of disposal, the actual date of acquisition is after FDDFP. So disposer cannot claim anything, and then you have a clawback, right? In the same question, then you have the yes.
For question 4, why can the disposer claim for initial allowance as the disposer used the asset for 3 or 4 months before dispose it to the acquirer?
Okay, your question is why he cannot claim?
Initial allowance only.
Oh, okay. In this case, because this one is a control transfer, right? Control transfer, you have to look at the FDDFP. And the FDDFP is before the actual date of acquisition. Right? FDFP is 1st October 2017. The actual purchase or actual acquisition is 1st of January 2018, which is after that. Alright, so in that case, your FDDFP is earlier than your actual date of purchase. So because of that, the disposer cannot claim even though he actually used the asset for a few months. But even if you, under normal circumstances, if you only use for a few months, you cannot apportion, right? You can only apportion disposal under agricultural allowance. But under plant machinery, there's no such thing as apportionment of cost, or the capital allowance is not apportioned. All right?
All right, thank you, madam.
And this question also, you have a control transfer and then you have a third party. So you can see the difference between control transfer, right? How to do the computation, and when there's a third party, how you do this. And question number 5, of course, is the most complicated because not only you have a few assets, but you have Nahza trading, you have Baharus Neighborhood, and then you have third party transfer, right? You also have the clawback, and then you also have Anita trading. So this is depending on the asset, how it's been transferred from one party to another. Right, so first you have to see whether is there a control transfer. If yes, then what are the things that you have to do? If it's not a control transfer, then it falls under normal disposal. They have to compute RE, BC, and BE. Right, so that is actually a summary of your control transfer. I hope that you have actually at least get some of it, if not all. Which part that you are not sure, especially on question number 5. Sharifah Natasha,
Yes.
any part that you are not sure?
I think all good, but for question 4, I will revisit.
Which part yang you rasa menyebabkan you tak faham, that make you think you have to revisit?
I think for question 4, you are too fast. That's why I couldn't catch up.
Alright. So okay, for question 4,
But I think it's
I
okay.
think that the confusion is because your FDDFP ni, right? So I go back your question 4, date of disposal is 1st of October. 1st of October 2018, this is YA 2018 to the disposal, to the acquirer, right? So 2018 to the disposal start because year end is 30th of September. So that would be 1st October 2017 lah FDDFP. But kalau you dispose 2017 October 1st, but you actually purchase the asset on 1st January 2018. That's why I draw this line. Alright, this is the date of disposal, FDDFP, but this is the actual acquisition. How could you dispose, baru now you acquire, right? Because the date of the FDFP happened to be earlier than the actual acquisition. Actual acquisition by the disposer tau. By the disposer. Bukan by the acquirer. By the disposer. So bila you dah kata you dispose 2017, then only you want to acquire, of course you cannot claim lah on the asset because it's deemed that you have disposed the asset. Because you tak claim anything, then the acquirer, in this case the company O, is going to claim everything lah, IAN, AA. Right, and then of course later you have the third party transfer lah. Okay, so go back, of course you can revisit the question, but you have to understand the question here is that because the FDDFP is earlier than the actual date of acquisition by the disposer. Right, okay. Let's see siapa lagi yang nak kena. Tak nampak nama semua Siti Hajar.
Yes, madam.
Which part that you are not clear?
So far okay.
Okay je alright. So if Siti Hajar kata dia okay, so I assume everyone else is okay jugalah. Yeah? Alright, so it means that I just need to get some feedback from you. I'm stopping the presentation. Yeah. So remember that this topic control transfer is actually based on my recorded lecture. Alright, so but do you actually get can you actually learn from the recorded lecture?
Yes.
Okay, so it's
Yes.
okay to give you the recorded lecture lah. So for that, alright, you have about for 10 minutes to go, alright, I have finished my control transfer. So we have finished all the topics under allowances. So means that we are going to have your first midterm on 12th of November. So the topics are all covered. But I want you to have a look after this. All right, you have 10 minutes or maybe later you want to watch my recorded video on corporate taxation. All right, so you have actually done your business income and business expenses in your tax one. All right, you have done for entrepreneur. So in corporate taxation, it's the same, business income and business expenses. It's just that there are a lot more expenses and the questions are longer. Right, so I want you to watch my recorded video on corporate taxation, and then I hope that you will be able to follow the videos and we'll see the tutorial of that question later when we meet again, inshallah, next class on Tuesday. So we are going into your corporate taxation new topic already. All right, so if you have any other question,